He's the only man who can beat Barry Sheene this year in this championship. The riders there's Mick Grant from Wakefield, the man who won the championship in 1975, and really he's going to give trouble to Barry Sheene. Number 31 on the front grid, a surprise to us, Gerhard Vogt from West Germany, but he's lapped in 50 seconds in practice this morning, just 0.2 of a second outside the lap record. Barry Sheene, number 7, World 500cc champion in 1977 and 1976, and the man indeed who is dominated, as Dickie says, this Superbike championship. Leading at the moment, and only Pat Hennon is the man who can, in actual fact, beat Barry Sheene for this title. The warm-up lap will not be to warm up engines, but to warm up tires, because these Superbike racing machines, they really are slick tires. They're absolutely smooth, a very special rubber on the rear, and that's the tire. These tires need to be warmed up to quite a high temperature to give really good adhesion. And as I say, for these tires is absolutely essential, isn't it?
Well, yes, Peter, and it's better really on this short circuit to have 2 laps. Really, these slick tires really only start working until they get quite hot.
This is the warm-up lap, and tactics here are going to play quite a part, because really it's a battle between the Suzuki and Kawasaki teams, isn't it?
Well, that's right. Well, I know Barry, and he's intent on winning this race. But I think he'll play it cool, and certainly for the first half of the race, it's going to be really close between Barry and Stan Woods and Mick Grant. But I'm surprised to see Ron Haslam back on the 3rd row. This is relative to his practice times, and also Patrick Ponce and Saron, who are terrific French riders. Yeah, I expect to see them all together in the first few laps.
It might be worth saying here that the absolute lap record for the Superbikes at France is 49.8 seconds, which was held by Barry Ditchburn and Mick Grant jointly. Well, in practice this morning, Barry Sheene, machine number 7, equaled that lap record. So I think, Bill, it's going to be a very, very quick race in these perfect conditions.
Yes, I think you're right. You know, it's going to be really interesting. Unfortunately, I think a few riders are going to slide off because they're determined to do well. You know, some after a mediocre season, and others to prove that they are as good as they've been this year.
Yeah. Let's look at that front row of the grid then. In pole position, lapped at 49.8 seconds in practice this morning, number 7, Barry Sheene. Next to him is number 11, Stan Woods, and number 31, Gerhard Vogt, both lapped in 50 seconds. Number 10, Mick Grant, had a lap in 51 seconds, and number 1, Steve Parrish, 51.4 seconds. Pat Hennon also 51.4 seconds, and number 12, Barry Ditchburn, in 52 seconds. So you can see from that just 2.2 seconds separating the first 8 in practice. And the tension will now be mounting in those riders, the grid being cleared, and the riders now, the last moments of tension. It's 30 laps of this 1.2-mile circuit, and there they go, and it's wheelies galore as they sweep now into Paddock Bend, a 3rd-gear corner, 80 to 90 miles an hour. Barry Sheene at the end, at the back of the field. Is Barry Sheene out of the race? He is, I think, Phil.
Well, I think the Suzuki is misfiring on about 2 cylinders. I don't know what's happened on the line, but maybe they've been kept waiting too long. It's all too close.
Well, that's certainly sensation, but as we...
Don't forget about Barry. I've seen this happen before, and he can come back right into the race.
Fine. Well, as they sweep around now, that left-hander at 90 miles an hour, it's number 5, Dave Potter, who is in the lead with the Kawasaki in 2nd place. That's Barry Ditchburn, number 12, in 2nd place. As they sweep into clearways now, up into 3rd gear, 50 to 60 miles an hour as they sweep round there. The leader there, number 5, Dave Potter, in 2nd place, number 12, Barry Ditchburn, as they come through to complete lap 1 of this 30-lap race. A distance of 36 miles into Paddock for the 2nd time, down to 3rd gear, 80 to 90 miles an hour. Number 5 is the leader, Dave Potter. Number 12, Barry Ditchburn, in 2nd place. Mick Grant, I noticed there, the other green meanie Kawasaki rider, is in 4th place, but I think possibly going into 3rd. But there's the leader. Mick Grant has gone through into 3rd place. So we've got number 5, Dave Potter, number 12, Barry Ditchburn, number 10, Mick Grant. There the first 3, and Ditchburn is trying to take the lead. Can he? He does indeed on that left-hander. The Kawasaki, number 12, Barry Ditchburn in front. In 2nd place, number 5, Dave Potter, as they sweep around clearways. Up into 3rd third gear now, a quick flick into fourth, then to fifth, and 140 miles an hour as they flash past the start and finish area. 2 laps completed. Ditchburn, number 12, leading Potter, number 5, with Mick Plant, number 10, in third place. Barry Sheen is coming along pit straight. He's way down the field. Now, can Barry Sheen really pull off a miracle here? You saw him at the back of the field. He's still last, but I don't think Barry Sheen is going to be last for long. Barry Sheen up now to Brut, but we're back with the leaders there. Barry Ditchburn, number 12. Number 5, Dave Potter, into clearways. Ditchburn opening a gap at front, and look at the way he really hangs off that machine. Nicking a gear up now into fourth, into fifth, and 140 miles an hour. The Superbikes do as they scream past here at the end of the third lap. Ditchburn in the lead, number 12. Potter, number 5, is second, and Mick Plant, number 10, is in third position. And looking now for Pat Hennon, number 3, I can tell you he's in fifth place. There's Ditchburn now, through Druids, Potter, Grant, and Pat Hennon, as I say, is now holding on to fifth place, but it's Ditchburn out in front, and I know for a fact, and I think Phil would agree with me, Barry Ditchburn is very happy at Brands Hatch.
Yes, he is. He goes really well, especially at this sort of end-of-season race meeting. You know, he's a local lad and is an expert on this circuit, and will take a lot of catching. But I'm sure Barry Sheen has done this on purpose, just to make a really exciting race for us here.
Fine, well, he's picked up 4 places in actual fact. That means he's now 4 or 5 to the back, but look at the traffic in front he's got to fight his way through. The exhaust still smoking as he changes gear, but it's still Barry Ditchburn, number 12, who is the leader. But Barry Sheen now, watch, can he pass these as they come round to complete this lap? Barry Sheen trying all he knows now, and he's got a lot of work to do. Just sits up as he brakes, changes gear to third gear for the right-hander at Paddock Bend. Number 12, there he is, Barry Ditchburn, incidentally the nephew of the former Spurs and England goalkeeper Ted Ditchburn. That's Barry Ditchburn, and just look at the acrobatics he has, and he rolls that machine around clearways. Number 12, Barry Ditchburn, the leader. There he is, completing lap 5 of this 30-lap race. In second place still is Potter, and third is number 10, Mick Plant. It's Kawasaki, Yamaha, and Kawasaki. Up now to Druids, changing down to first gear, 30-mile-an-hour corner in conditions today. I was talking to Mick Plant. He said possibly second, but I talked to him just before the race, and he said no, it's first gear at Druids without a doubt. That's a fifth gear straight, the pit straight there, 125 miles an hour. These machines will be reaching. Barry Ditchburn around clearways. That's the leader, and meantime Barry Sheen has got through a lot of that traffic, coming down now into this left-hander at 90 miles an hour, lying about in actual fact around about the 20th position at the moment, but working his way through the field. Barry Sheen, just look at that knee, almost scrapes the ground. He sits up, changes to the other side of the machine, and he is trying everything he knows. The leader still number 12, Barry Ditchburn, out of Druids, a little wheelie. That means that so much power to transfer to that rear wheel, it lifts the front, and away he goes. Number 12, Barry Ditchburn, cranking now into that 80-mile-an-hour left-hander. Around clearways, there's the second place man, number 5, Dave Potter. Mick Grant is still in third place, number 10, and Barry Sheen has moved up into 19th position. A lot of work to do. Completing now the 7th lap. Barry Ditchburn changes down to third, 80 to 90 miles an hour into this notorious Paddock Bend with that real drop, and then climbing the hill up into fourth gear, 100 miles an hour before braking. You see the front of the machine dipping as he cranks it in. Number 12, Barry Ditchburn. Number 5, Dave Potter. Number 10, Mick Grant. They're as close as that. And a little wheelie once again there from Barry Ditchburn. Ditchburn, Potter, and Grant. Into that left-hander once again. This is clearways. Ditchburn, Potter, and Grant. And Grant is another man who likes this circuit. I do know that. Sheen, incidentally, is up position now. And completing 8 laps, Ditchburn, Potter, and Grant. Phil, Mick Grant there in 3rd place, his teammate out in front. Tactics come into it here, do they?
Well, yes, this is a nice position to Mick to be in. But I think this is a desperate situation for the two Kawasaki lads who need good pit signals, you know. I hope their team manages up to it to keep them informed of Barry Sheen's progress to the race.
Mick Grant, of course, has been the holder of this championship, and there's Barry Sheen now, crossing the line, completing his 8th lap into paddock, the 3rd gear corner, 17th position now. There were 28 starters on the grid, remember. He was in last place, and he's moved up through. There's the leaders now, and Potter's having a go at Ditchburn as they round clear ways, but Ditchburn on that Kawasaki, managing to keep in front, but there's no doubt about it. Number 5 there, Dave Potter, is having a go, and he's trying to go around the outside of paddock. He can't make it, and Mick Grant is also closing the gap. There's the dice now. Ditchburn, Potter, can he get through at the inside of Brut? He's trying. Can he outbrake him? No, Ditchburn closes the door there, and Potter still content with 2nd place, and Mick Grant closing. There's a Kawasaki sandwich for you with Dave Potter right in the middle of it. There's the first 3 in this tremendous Superbike final round. Number 12, Ditchburn. Number 5, Potter. Number 10, Mick Grant. As quick as that. Into that 50 to 60 mile an hour 3rd gear corner, clear ways. Up through the gearbox once again, up into 4th. Up into 5th. And flat out, and Potter's having a go on the inside this time. Can he get through? Dave Potter, number 5. No, the Kawasaki of Ditchburn just holds him off. And we've got 20 laps to go in this 30-lap race. Potter tries the inside. Ditchburn is wide. Grant is closing. This is tremendous Superbike racing. Barry Ditchburn, number 12, into Druids. A first gear, 30 miles an hour corner, almost hanging off that machine as he holds it round. Potter holding on to him, and Dave Potter, we're told, has equaled the lap record at 49.8 seconds. That's Dave Potter. What a tremendous performance indeed by him. But he's not making that impression on Barry Ditchburn at the moment. Through clearways, Mick Grant still there. There's the first 3 in shot now, and Ditchburn really screwing on that pressure, and already they're catching up with some of the tail enders with just 11 laps completed. And there's someone down at Brut. We can't quite spot the number 25 it is. Richard Peckett, number 25, is off, but he seems perfectly okay. But now the battle on coming out of Druids. There they are, number 12, Barry Ditchburn, number 5, Dave Potter, and one man already been left. Mick Grant has got that problem now. He's got to take that tail ender, and he has done. So it's still the same order with Potter really closing up now. Dave Potter lying currently in 4th place in the Superbike series this year. Still a lap record or equaling it by Dave Potter. He's certainly having a good season.
Yes, he's had a steady season this year, and obviously this last meeting he's proving what he's worth, especially with the tuning of Ted Broad.
I'll just get in because there's Barry Sheen still fighting his way through. Barry on that Suzuki. Phil, one thing I was going to mention, we noticed puffs of smoke when he seemed to have trouble. It's still there. Is this something that could be serious?
It's possibly one of the sparking plugs is half oiled, and he's not perhaps getting the full power, and it's occasionally oiling and causing the smoke to blow out.
It certainly looks to be going pretty well there. He's up now into 13th position. But there's the leaders. Barry Ditchburn going outside one of the slower, well, I say slower with great respect, but not quite as quick. There's number 12, and he's up on the grass. Barry Ditchburn, Potter's through in the lead. Well, and Mick Grant, his teammate, has passed him, so there's drama. Barry Ditchburn just coming into that left-hander, just overshot slightly, so we've got a new leader now, number 5, Dave Potter. And in 2nd place, number 10, Mick Grant. So Barry Ditchburn just tried a little bit too hard there, possibly. And there he is, the new leader, Dave Potter, number 5. Dave Potter riding superbly in this final race. There's number 10, Mick Grant in 2nd place. There they go. And Barry Ditchburn now, after leading for the first 11 laps, has got the work to do. Number 5, Dave Potter, 90 miles an hour on that left-hander, up into 5th for 125 miles an hour on the back straight, changing down to 3rd, into that left-hander between 80 and 90 miles an hour. There's Mick Grant, number 10, just cranking it over. Sheen, I can tell you now, is up into 10th position. But there's number 10, but that's number 5, the leader, Dave Potter, again going outside some of the other riders. Number 20 there was Bill Marks, but there's number 5, Dave Potter, the leader, changing down to 3rd gear, and look at the riders in front of him now. He's got to get through. Dave Potter, number 5, still leading, and Mick Grant is still in 2nd place, and in 3rd place there still is Ditchburn, but there's the leader, number 5, Dave Potter. Grant and Ditchburn in very close company there. Down to this left-hander now. Potter outside number 31 as they swing around into this left-hander now at between 80 and 90 miles an hour. Dave Potter. And that was the corner where Ditchburn had that spot of excursion onto the grass. He's still in that 3rd place, but number 5, Dave Potter, on that immaculately prepared machine, is leading this final round of the Superbike Series. Number 5, Dave Potter. That's number 18, Neil Tuxworth, has just been lapped, and half distance, 15 laps to go. Potter still leads. 49.8 seconds, he equaled the lap record. There's Barry Sheen just going into clearways, working his way through the field. He's lying in 10th position, still those ominous puffs of smoke from the rear exhaust, but coming very, very fast up into top gear. And that's Tom Heron, just gone out of picture there, the Irish privateer who did so well in the World Championships. There's the leader once again, though, number 5, Dave Potter. Dave Potter. Immaculate style, as you can see. Number 5, Dave Potter, completing now 16 laps. Still in the lead, into paddock, 80 to 90 miles an hour. Mick Grant, number 10, still there in 2nd place, but pulling out. There's Mick Grant, that tough, gritty Yorkshireman. He won't give up easily, and Barry Ditchburn won't either. He's lying in 3rd place. There's number 5. Number 10 is the 2nd machine in that picture there. That's Mick Grant in 2nd position. The leader is Dave Potter, number 5. You can see the difference between 1st and 2nd. Number 5, Dave Potter, and number 10, Mick Grant. There's the leader now, completing 17 laps. Changing down, 3rd gear, 80 to 90 miles an hour. Cranks it over. And there's Sheen on the back straight now, still moving up through the field. But what a disastrous start it was for him. He's trying everything, really hurling himself from side to side on that machine. Knee almost touching the ground as he turns on the power once again now. Currently lying in 10th position. And just in front of him there again is Tom Heron. That's number 7. The English World 500cc champion. Cranking it now into Paddock Bend. But there's the leader once again, number 5, Dave Potter. Crouching down behind that fairing, getting all the wind resistance he can. Completing now 18 laps. There's the 2nd place man, Mick Grant, number 10. But that's Potter, number 5, up inside. One of the slower riders, 100 miles an hour, braking fiercely as he goes into Druitt's 30-mile-an-hour corner. Still leading. Number 5, Dave Potter, 4th of this championship series in the moment. And the fight there for 2nd and 3rd now. Number 10, it's still Mick Grant, but his teammate Barry Ditchburn, number 12, closing on him just a little. But that's the leader, Dave Potter. A 3rd gear, 50 to 60 miles an hour, changing up through the box to come past to complete 19 laps. 140 miles an hour there, and there's Mick Grant, the 2nd man. Yes, he's inside. Into Paddock Bend, Ditchburn also through, and there's the 2 Kawasaki's chasing this Yamaha of Dave Potter, who to me, Phil, seems to be pulling out.
Yes, I think he is pulling out on the 2 Kawasaki's. You know, really, he's riding extremely well and extremely steadily. You know, although, okay, the race is only halfway over, it's still a hard, long race. But I think, although Barry's coming through the field, in actual fact, he's dropping back on Potter.
Fine, so that's the leader, Dave Potter, equal the lap record, 49.8 seconds. We can tell you in 4th place is number 3, Pat Hennon. In 5th place is number 1, Steve Parrish. And completing the first 6 is number 27, Frenchman Patrick Bruns. That's the first 6, but there's the leader, number 5, Dave Potter, into Paddock Bend. Cranking it over, you can see the rear wheel bouncing as he turns the plow on, using every inch of the road. It's still Mick Grant in 2nd place, but that's the leader, number 5, Dave Potter. Grant in 2nd place, out of Druids. Really smooth, number 5. As he cranks now along the back straight. There he is, number 5. Dave Potter, age 27, lives in London now. And we look now for the 2nd place man. There he is, number 10. Mick Grant, the 34-year-old Yorkshireman from Wakefield. And there he is, Mick Grant. 9 laps to go, and it looks very much if Dave Potter can just keep this going. Can the Kawasaki's close the gap? There's Barry Sheene on the back straight into that left-hander, 80, 90 miles an hour, currently holding 9th position, moving through the field, but with Pat Hennon not out in front. All Barry has got to do is sort of finish in 8th or 7th position to retain his championship. And he's really trying now on the inside there, completing his 21st lap. World champion in 76 and 77. But back we go to the leader, number 5, Dave Potter. 27-year-old, as I said, comes from Yorkshire, but now lives in London. And there he is, the leader, Dave Potter, currently lying in 4th place in this championship. And as you can see, 8 laps to go. Into Paddock, down into that dip. Up now the hill, 4th gear at 100 miles an hour. The front end dips as he brakes. Cranks it in. Dave Potter, Mick Grant, and Mick Grant possibly closing a little now as we see there number 5, Dave Potter, the race leader, 4th of the championship at the moment, and the points he'll pick up today, if he keeps going for these final 8 laps, will do him very well, both in position and in financially. Ryan Clearways. Dave Potter, Mick Grant, I think, still there in the 2nd position. Yes, indeed, it's the Kawasaki, but Ditchburn appears to be dropping back. Mick Grant has got the bit between his teeth, and he's chasing number 5 Potter, and with these slower riders to pass, this could be Mick Grant's chance. Tactics here, Phil. How would Mick handle this?
Yeah, I was for sure now, as Potter's being slow by the back markers, and now with 6 laps to go, this is the tactic for Mick to really put on the pressure and try and pull Dave Potter back.
Well, certainly he seems to be, because that's Tony Rutter that Dave Potter is just about to lap. Tony Rutter, machine number 23 there. Dave Potter, the leader, number 5, is through, and Mick Grant is very, very close indeed. Number 10, Mick Grant. There they are, 5 and 10. Mick Grant ducks to the inside on Paddock. Can he get through? He can indeed, but Potter's trying on the outside. But Mick Grant has made it. Mick Grant is leading, number 10. He's got in front. Mick Grant, but Dave Potter's coming back very quickly, trying to go around on the outside of Druids. That's some tactics indeed if he tries to take him on the outside there. Mick Grant now, number 10 on the Kawasaki, cranks it into that left-hander, up into 5th gear, 125 miles an hour as he crouches over that machine, comes up behind the fairings, he changes down. Mick Grant, number 10. Number 5, Dave Potter. And we've got a race on our hands now as we come to these closing laps in this final round of the Motorcycle News Brut 33 Superbike Championship of 1977. Can Potter take him on the inside? No, he can't. Mick Grant closes the door. 10, Mick Grant changes down to 3rd gear, 80 to 90 miles an hour into Paddock, down that dreadful swoop into the hollow, up into 4th gear for a 100-mile-an-hour climb. Looks over his shoulder, sees Dave Potter. Potter's biting at the inside. He can't make it there. Grant around Druids, 1st gear, 30 miles an hour. Suddenly up through the gearbox, 1st, 2nd, 3rd, and 4th, around the left-hander and along the back straight. Number 10, Grant. Number 5, Potter. And Mick Grant has certainly got his work cut out. He got through thanks to those back markers and a lot of skill from him, of course. And number 5, Dave Potter, who's led for so long, now finds himself relegated to second position as we come through to complete lap 26 of this 30-lap race. Number 10, Mick Grant. Number 5, Potter. 4 laps to go. That's a distance of just 4.8 miles. And these two, you'd think there was an invisible tow rope between them. Mick Grant, the lap record holder in the Isle of Man this year at 112.77 miles an hour, the fastest lap ever recorded there. And he's really trying now, and Dave Potter's trying also. Into that left-hander. And there you can see for yourselves the difference in the first two as they go into clearways. Mick Grant and Dave Potter. Around now, and Potter's trying on the inside. Can he do it as they come up across the line? He's trying all he knows, but so is Mick Grant. Mick Grant shuts the door at paddock. We've got 3 laps to go. Phil, this is a tremendous finale.
Yeah, I think Dave Potter's just testing his the speed of his engine, you know, to see on the last lap if he has enough power in hand just to slip past Mick Grant. If Mick is leading out of clearways on the last lap. But I think Mick is dreading the last lap because I've seen him beaten, you know, on the last lap twice, you know, over the past 3 years.
Fine, so what will happen this time? It's still number 10, Mick Grant, as they crank into that left-hander. Number 5, Dave Potter, still trying very, very hard. We've still got number 12, Barry Ditchburn, in 3rd place. In 4th place, number 1. But there's Barry Sheen, number 7. 9th position he holds at the moment. Barry Sheen closing on John Newbold. As there's number 10, the leader, though. Mick Grant, 2 laps to go. Dave Potter still holding on, and this is where tactics come in. The bad luck or the good luck for one rider. If they close up on a slower rider, they've got to get fast. Coming up now to Druids, changing down to first gear, cranking it in, really sliding that machine around. Number 10, Mick Grant, and number 5, Dave Potter. Just watch them through this section now. Distance only, what, a couple of machines lengths. Grant is in front, but he knows Potter's right behind him. As I was saying, Ditchburn is 3rd. And here we go now for the final lap. And one tail ender is swallowed up by 2 of them. Into Paddock Bend for the 30th and last time. Changing gear. Number 10, Grant. Number 5, Potter. They're as close as that. This is the final lap, remember. Into the 90-mile-an-hour left-hander. There's a couple of riders up in front to be lapped. Into the left-hander now, down to 3rd gear, 80 to 90 miles an hour. Cranking that machine over. Potter's getting into position now to overtake. He's trying to go on the inside. Can he? No, that's... the rider in front there could cause a difference. Potter's gone through, but Potter has gone through, but Mick Grant is coming back again. Can he make it? This is a tremendous finish. And I would say Mick Grant, for my word, it was by a whisker. And look, Mick Grant is absolutely delighted. Dave Potter comes up alongside of him. And Barry Ditchburn there. And Sheen is still running in 7th position now. John Williams there, number 9, is just in front of him. It's Barry Sheen there, number 7. But Phil, I don't think I've seen a finish like that anywhere.
I'm surprised that Mick Grant knew that he'd won, because we couldn't tell up here. It looked like a dead heat. But, you know, Potter was really unlucky to be balked, you know, because I think he had just had the legs initially on Mick Grant up to the line.
And here's Barry Sheen coming in now to finish in that 7th place, and that surely is enough to give him this championship once again. So the holder retains his title, but there's the winner, number 10, Mick Grant. And it would certainly be very nice indeed if we could see that finish once again. And here it is. Phil, would you like to talk us through here?
Well, here they're coming out of clearways, right? And there's some back marker in the way that they're just lapping. And now Mick has just eased the throttle, and Potter has had the advantage there. But then the rider they're lapping has just closed the door on Potter. and leaving Grant the chance to really open the Kawasaki out.
And there's Mick Grant now, just going through for the presentations. Did he win? Did he win?
Incredible.
Mick thought he did. The angle is perhaps difficult, but Mick Grant certainly thought he won. What a tremendous finish indeed, and we'll have confirmation now. Mick Grant is coming up for the garland. That means Mick Grant has won by literally that proverbial whisker. Receiving the congratulations there. Barry Ditchburner's teammate at the back. Mick Grant there then doesn't win the championship, but he certainly wins this final race. And that will move him up on our provisional markings up into second place in the championship. The traditional champagne is poured, and doesn't Mick Grant look absolutely delighted?